Example 1, we're looking in section 2, is to locate the zeros of a function. So we're given this function f of x equals x to the fourth minus 2x cubed minus x squared plus 1. So how we can start is we can draw the graph, and then we can see where it crosses the x-axis. So sometimes you can just use a graphing calculator to see where it is. You might have to zoom in or zoom out, adjust the window so you can see. But at most, we should have four places where it crosses, because we have x to the fourth, the degree is 4, right? And so we know if we start plugging in numbers, I can plug in -2 into this, and when I plug in -2, I get 29 as an answer. When I plug in -1 to all my x's, evaluate it, I get 3, 0, I get 1. When I plug in 1, I get -1, and then when I plug in 2 into that equation, I get -3. When I plug in 3, I get 19. And then finally, if I plug in 4 into that equation, I get 113. And so then I can go ahead and graph this. I know since it's a x to the fourth and the lead coefficient's 1, that I know it's going to go up, and behavior's up to the left and up to the right. So then I can go ahead and graph this. So here's my y-axis. Here's my x-axis. And since I'm going all the way to 113 at 4, right, I know I'm going to be way up there. So might as well count maybe by, yeah, sure, by ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Okay. So then when I plot these points, -2, 29. So that's like way up here, right? Somewhere even higher than that, right? And then at -1, I'm at 3. So -1, I'm at 3. At 0, I'm at 1. At 1, I'm at -1. At 2, I'm at -3. At 3, I'm back up to like 19. So I'm even not as quite as 29, but somewhere up there, right? So this is going to curve back around. It looks kind of like a straight line, but it's not, right? So it kind of comes through here, comes down, you know, comes down through here, hits this one, comes down this, and then it kind of turns. And then, by the time we get to 3, I'm at 19, so I'm like going way up there. So that's what it kind of looks like. So I can see that, hey, it crosses a couple times. Between 0 and 1 it crosses, right? Somewhere between 0 and 1, we can see that, went from positive to negative. And then sometime between 2 and 3, and then we can see that here. So between these two x's, 0 and 1, and 2 and 3 is kind of where we cross. And so again, you could use this on a graphing calculator, right? You could type that equation, and you can do your looking for this intercept, right? Hit second trace, come here, put your left bound there, your right bound over here, and then guess, and it'll tell you exactly what that value is. Then do second trace again, put in the x left bound right here, put in the right bound maybe right here, and then go ahead and guess for that one, and it'll tell you what those x-intercepts are. So there should be approximately maybe somewhere around like 0.72, and then maybe somewhere around 2.3 should be your answers on that one. Okay, so one thing to think about as you do it is, as you would, if I was going to use a table, how can I adjust? Like, so I know I'm in between 0 and 1. What can I push on my graphing calculator in order to zoom in here to see what's happening in between here, right? And we did that in the first chapter too. So think about that.